Good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Luscre, K8ZT, and we're going to be talking about enhancing your local radio club over the next couple sessions, the next couple months on RATPAC. They're not going to be all in a row, but we're going to be doing a series. So this is just the introduction to the series, and then we'll jump into the first session also tonight. You can access this at this link, tiny.cc/EARC, or shoot the QR code. We'll also have this posted on the website. It's not just an amateur radio problem. The first thing we need to acknowledge is that declining club membership and member activity are not just an amateur radio club problem. Many clubs are suffering a wide variety of downward trends. Although the earlier writings of sociologists such as Robert Putnam in Bowling Alone, which theorized the decline in social capital as a cause of the declining club membership, have mostly been debunked, later studies confirm that what appears to be true is a major shift in which clubs, organizations, and activities the populace choose to invest this time have definitely shifted. So it's not necessarily that people aren't joining clubs. They're joining different clubs, and they're spending their time differently. And amateur radio, unfortunately, is one of the clubs that's seeing that decline. So the question is, are ham radio clubs dying? Well, not sure if they're dying or not, but declining activity in clubs seems to be much higher in clubs that have an older age of participation, and many of, as we know, amateur radio has a rather high average participant age rate. Amateur radio clubs may also be the victims of having been around for a long time. They're not the new hot activities attracting new members, such as pickleball, video and online gaming, fantasy sports, etc. New hams do not see clubs as necessary for getting their license. Many of them get on the air and keep up with the world of amateur radio without being involved with clubs. Instead, many of them focus on self-study and online courses for licensing help. They tap into tens of thousands of YouTube how-to videos, including a few self-proclaimed YouTube gurus. As far as stations to go, getting on the air does not require a club if you have the room at home to set up an antenna and a station. But even if you don't have the room at home, or you live in an HOA that doesn't allow antennas, most ham radio clubs do not have a clubhouse with a radio station, although many of them do, but most of them do not. And instead, these hams will likely turn to rentable stations shared remotely or avoid HF completely, unfortunately. When dealing with complex issues such as the amateur radio club situation, solutions are often very complex and require various steps to try and solve the issue. For our purposes, I'll try and break these down into multiple steps, but one problem is that they do not necessarily progress in a set of linear steps, as they are all interrelated. So while you might think it'd be great to finish part 1, then go to part 2, part 3, you're probably going to have to work on these simultaneously. This series of sessions on RATPAC will focus mainly on 4 key areas: membership, publicity, marketing, and appeal. And you notice the word spelled improperly here because I used my new friend AI image generator to generate this 4-piece pie here. In addition to talking about finding new members tonight, we'll also be talking in the series about publicity, marketing, and enhancing the appeal of your club. Again, this link will get you to the slideshow, and I'll be adding more to this as we come up on the next sessions.